Today I decided to do another video on speed draw while I read more Karen Reddit stories like the last one. So like last time, I practiced a bit and did a couple drawings before I did the video, and I'll put them up right now. Anyways, the first one's titled Karen Demands I Move My Luggage. I just boarded a flight and put my roller bag in the overhead bin in my assigned section. Before I could sit down, Miss Entitled points to my bag and says, "You can't put that under your seat. My bag is big and it needs to go there. Take yours down." I just looked at her and said, "No. I paid for Comfort Plus and this bin is labelled Comfort Plus. And it's first come, first serve." She asked again for me to put it under my seat. It doesn't quite fit, so I said no again. She then started asking people to move their stuff, and some man finally removes a bag from the bin. She was very loud about thanking him for doing the right thing. She had no right to insist that I move for her. It annoyed me, but that faded as I remembered the We Do Not Care Club and settled in to enjoy my trip. The poor guy had to move his stuff for that woman. The next one's a slightly longer one, and it's called The First and Only Karen Encounter I've Had. I actually wasn't involved in this one, but I saw it firsthand, and it was a male Karen and a female cashier. Back in the 2010s, I worked as a part-time employee at the Mall of America's now defunct Gap store as a janitor. My shift ended as soon as the store opened, and normally I would go home when it was all done. But Christmas was on its way, and I decided to stick around the mall to do my Christmas shopping. In fact, to this day, I still do all my Christmas shopping at the Mall of America. So I was browsing a jewellery store when a man brought a very impressive small glass bird and asked for it to be gift wrapped. The woman at the checkout was more than happy to oblige, but as she started getting out the wrapping, the man stopped her and told her he wanted it to be put in the wrapping machine. The woman told him that the bird was too small and fragile for the wrapping machine and needed a more precise care for the gift to be wrapped. But the guy wouldn't listen and started throwing sexist remarks at her before she finally yielded and put it in the wrapping machine. And wouldn't you know, in just 2 seconds you could hear it shatter. A glass bird came in and a pile of glass dust came out. The man lost it and accused the woman of incompetence or negligence. The woman reminded the man that she warned him that the bird was too small and fragile for the wrapping machine, but he just wouldn't listen and he got very hostile and sexist towards her. She then called security and that was my signal to leave the store. Nowadays I wish I had stood up for her, but I chickened out. I hope that no good was removed from the premise. What does he think the glass is? Moral of the story: Karen is not exclusive to women. Never forget that. What do you think of this? This one's captioned Karen at the gas station. I drive a diesel truck and have never shut it off while fueling. Diesel is not anywhere near as flammable as gasoline, and if you've ever been to a truck stop, they never shut semis off. So anyway, I'm at Fry's filling up my truck, and this lady comes over and says in a snippy tone that you are supposed to shut your vehicle off. I politely replied that it's a diesel and you don't need to. Apparently this did not satisfy her, as she immediately went over to the guy into the booth to complain. He starts heading over with her a couple of steps behind him. He gets about halfway to me and he can hear the diesel, stops and turns to her and says, "He's okay, it's a diesel." I just smiled. I don't think she could have had a more sour look on her face if I had forced a whole lemon in her mouth. This one's about a Karen who's angry that she can't be racist. She left a review for Audi with 1 star stating that from the moment you enter the doors, they remind you not to be racist. They pop up posters warning their clients to not be racist. Why shop at a place that treats you this way? And all the signs said was equality, respect and responsibility. We are committed to inclusion and do not tolerate discrimination, harassment or racism. This one's called My Little Fun Adventure on the Bus in London, Ontario. I went on my dad's bus on Sunday last week and this week, and I was minding my business when all of a sudden a Karen gets on. This entire thing doesn't start till around downtown London's Ontario, so this Karen had asked my dad to get off. But here's the catch. The one time my dad let someone get off for a special request stop, they got her and sued my father. So she asked him, and clearly she didn't take no for an answer. So she was saying, "I'm gonna miss my bus, I have to work." My dad always checks Route 17, the bus the lady said she was gonna miss, and she never misses it. So today she came back on the bus. I already recognized her as soon as she got on the bus. As we get to the end of downtown, she has the audacity to ask, "Can I get off here?" And of course, my dad says no. So what does she do? The full down blow up of, "I'm gonna be late, you're gonna make me miss my bus, and I'm gonna report you." My dad has been working for the bus company here in London, Ontario for decades. And so she got annoyed, my dad got annoyed, and so did I, 17 female with a disability. I had to shout. I just had the urge to do so, so I yelled at her. I said, "He's been working for hours today, and you have the audacity to ask for a special stop when you know damn well he won't give it to you because of what happened in the past." I did cry a bit, but I'm glad that Karen is off the bus right now. Last Sunday, I quietly said, "Then get off." Clearly, she didn't hear. This one seemed to appear on somebody's Facebook feed. It's titled, "Came across this lovely Karen today." To parents in Oviedo, my bad if I pronounced that wrong, but anyway, and surrounding areas who have students in photography classes, make sure your student or child knows. It is 100% illegal for your student to be taking pictures of animals on any property that is owned by another without said owner's permission. I have got 2 students, female in a tan Toyota truck, taking pictures of my horses that are not their own. It's 100% in my rights to have them delete every photo of my horses in my presence. Police will be called if this happens again. The schools will be called as well. There's another one titled, "A Karen called the police on my basketball hoop." I just had the police knocking on my door, and the officer let me know that someone in my neighbourhood called the police because I put up my son's basketball hoop. Who seriously is that pressed over a basketball hoop? My son and his friends play every day, and my son is prepping for junior high ball, so he needs the reps. Of all the things to call the cops over, you call them over a basketball hoop. My son wasn't even playing when they called, he was at school. Neighbourhood Karen needs to settle down. The officer was essentially laughing, saying he couldn't order me to do anything about it because it's not illegal. He just wanted us to know some Karen complained. Ridiculous. The next one's captioned, "Why didn't you pick it up?" This happened a while ago when me and my friend were both minors. We were going on a walk through the neighbourhood when we saw a squirrel on the road. I leaned over to check if there was any chance of saving it. It was very long gone. Just then, a car pulled up beside us. We were both AFAB and didn't feel like being kidnapped, so we ran. When we looked back, we could see the car rolling over the unfortunate rodent several times. As we started walking again, the car pulled up near us, but not as close as last time. Then the car's window rolled down to reveal a woman who looked to be in her 70s and said, "Why didn't you pick it up?" I kinda stunned said, "We're children." This woman responds, "You should still have compassion." And then she drove away. I still have several questions like, compassion for who? The unalived squirrel? Her? And why did she think we should have picked it up? As in all, a very strange encounter. During this next one, if you see the drawing constantly change, don't question it. I genuinely didn't know what to do for this subject, but this next one's called "Witnessed a full-blown Karen meltdown at a spa today." I had the most surreal encounter this morning at a spa. I didn't film anything because I don't record people without consent, but honestly, I arrived for a massage and was sitting in the reception area. Super calm vibes, soft music, Buddha statues, the whole peaceful setup. Then out of nowhere, Dom. Seriously. Then out of nowhere, my bad, Dom messed me up there. Then out of nowhere, this woman, she seemed Spanish if I had to guess, stormed in absolutely raging. From what I gathered, she asked for a specific masseuse, but during her session, she became convinced they had secretly swapped the masseuse halfway through. She claimed she felt the difference and demanded answers. And then the classic line, "I want to talk to the manager. Where is the manager?" This is when it clicked. I was witnessing a real-life Karen in HD. The staff were trying so hard to calm her down, but she refused to leave until the manager appeared. The manager was nowhere to be found. She just sat in a lobby yelling at random moments. At one point, she even asked me if I'd been there before. I low-key wanted to tell her she was insufferable, but I didn't want to ruin my spa day even more. Plus, she seemed crazy. But the best part, since the staff denied her conspiracy about the masseuse swab, she threatened to call the police so they could check the cameras. The staff couldn't help but laugh, like, surely the police have bigger fish to fry than a spa customer not getting the masseuse she wants. Also, there are no cameras in the massage rooms, obviously, only in the lobby. So what was she even talking about? I eventually went in for my massage, but for about 40 minutes we could still hear her shouting from all the way across the spa. She basically ruined everyone's session. Dumb. I'm not gonna lie, that does sound terrible, but I don't know the need to mention the Spanish part. That sentence took me like 50 times to get out for some reason. I genuinely couldn't say it. Anyways, that's all the stories I'll be reading today. I'll put all the artworks I did in this video up right now, and I'll see you in the next one.